morning, it's Charlene, one half of the Flights of Fancy Stitchers, and I apologize if I sound stuffy. I am. It was very windy yesterday and my allergies are just, so I just had a sneezing fit before I came on, so I apologize. I am not sick. Honestly, it is allergies. So that being said, today is the 21st of October. It is 20 after 10. And I forgot to check the temperature, but when the girls and I went walking at 8 o'clock this morning, it was 39. It was cold. Like I had to put my stocking cap on this morning because my ears was frozen. Right now it says it's 59, so, and the sun is shining, and we don't have the wind like we had yesterday, so bonus. That's why I didn't film yesterday. We received notice from Xcel Energy. Yes, I'm talking to the people, Snoopy. That there was a very good chance that the electricity would be shut off yesterday. I don't know how it is in other parts of the country, but I know here when we have really, really strong winds, they will essentially turn off our power in the event that down power lines prevents fires. We live at 7,000 feet, so we're in the foothills outside of Denver. And so fire is a real thing here, which it is anywhere, but there's a lot of fuel up here. So I don't mind when they do it. It is a slight inconvenience, but it would be more of an inconvenience if I lost my house to a fire. So pick your poison. So anyway, I have a little bit to show you today, not a lot. I touched 5 projects this week, excuse me, since I saw you last, and, oh, I put it in here. I have one project that would have been finished, but I was waiting for part of it to come in the mail. It showed up last night, so my goal is to get it finished today, so when I come back to you next week, I will have a finish, and hopefully a fully finished, because it would be really nice to be able to enjoy for the rest of the Halloween season. So that being said, I will show you this one first. So as I explained, I think I explained, maybe I didn't explain, I took all of my Halloween projects, all of my fall projects or autumn projects, I put them into a wheel, and I believe there was 8 total. I put them into a spinning wheel and said, okay, each one of them will get, based on the month, all of them will get 4 days except for one, and it will get 3 days. And this is the one that I was working on the last 4 days. Well, no, the previous 4 days, but I had worked on it, I think, I worked on this one, I started working on this one the last time I filmed. That was the day it came out. So I am talking about the Halloween bird. And I have most of these. There's a few that I'm missing, but eventually I want to get them all finished. So this is a piece of fabric. I'm pretty sure this is a piece of fabric that I bought, but this is left over from Mandala Ghosts, and it's actually hanging around the corner in the living room. So this is where I'm at. So this is seriously all I have left. I need to finish Halloween, I need to finish this ghost, and then I need to sew the button on. And the button came in the mail last night. And, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. Isn't he cute? So I'm hoping that I can get this one finished today, and then Preston and I can come up with a plan for fabric, because see the autumn bird right here? That's the way I finish those. Just make like a little tiny quilted wall hanging out of it. And they're easy to store in my closet. I think I have all the seasons done. I don't know if I have them all fully finished, but I know that I have them done. And then I have, I'm trying to remember what the other one is that I have besides that. I have another one done. Oh, I have the Valentine's and the St. Patrick's Day done. So hopefully he'll get done today and I can bring him back to you next week. I put my jacket on because it was cold. I hurried and got a shower, and I was chilled, and now I'm nice and warm, so off with the jacket. Oh, and my shirt is just patriotic, a very old patriotic from 2012. All of my clothes are so big on me now that I'm just enjoying getting to wear all the big clothes. So it's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. Okay, the last one that came up, I just finished working on this one yesterday. And this is Away We Ride. And I now understand why I hadn't touched this one. And it was because I was struggling to see the fabric. Morgan dyed these fabrics. Hers is a, I think I told you about this in my whip parade. Hers is a, I call it a Scooby-Doo green, but it's really, really pretty. Well, it's not really pretty, but it's a cool green fabric that complements this really well for being a Halloween piece. But she did mine. It looks like somebody spilled their ink on it, which I love. So I made a ton of progress on this one. I finished the crow. Preston said to finish it before I put it away because it looked like it just had smoke coming out of the chimney. So I finished the crow or the raven, whatever you want to call it, and then I did several of the little doodads. I started on this one, and I wanted to finish the house, but I didn't get that done. But I did make a good dent in it. The door is almost done. I just have these few windows, and then there's a little bit on the side of the house right here, and the house will be finished. So, but I really enjoyed working on this one, besides the fact that I love this fabric. It's so soft and it's very buttery. It was an 18 count white, like I said, that she had dyed. But I had so much fun working on this one, and I didn't want to put it up. I really didn't. But Preston helped me come up with a plan for, and I'll explain that in plans. And I was like, no, I want to finish this, but I want to get busy on this plan that we came up with. Because in touching all my fabrics and showing them all to you guys last week, I really want to do better about finishing things. And I will tell you right now that the cat and the dog are playing, and then you can hear the washing machine. I hurried and started my laundry today because, again, I don't think they're going to turn the power off because we're not supposed to have high winds today, but I didn't want to take a chance. So laundry is going, so Preston has clean jeans for work tomorrow. Let's see. This one is my Wave Star, and I have this one in to do my basketball challenge with the Nuggets. So however many points they score in a game, that's how many stitches I put into it. And this one I stitched on, well, I can look at my notebook. I stitched on this one for the game on the 17th. So I probably stitched on this one on the 18th. And I am talking about my Wave Star. I love this one. It's so pretty. So whatever the Nuggets score, that's how many stitches I put into it. Friday's game was their last preseason game. So starting on, I'm looking at the calendar, on Thursday, we're into regular season. So now the games start counting. And I apologize, I do have a thread on this one. Yes, honey, I'm still talking to the peoples. It's too cold for you guys to go out right now. So this is on 14 count white. And I finished off the white that I had on my needle down here. And then I think I also brought, I want to say that's 9. No, I didn't either. I finished off the white, and then I came up here, yes, Snoopy, and I wrote down the colors. I worked on the two yellows and the rest of the white. So I must have finished off the white, and then I came up here and I picked up 444, which was, I finished off the sun right here. And then this is 3078, so I could work on filling in more of this sun. I was going to stay down here and work on this, but then I picked up that yellow and I was like, no, I want to change up colors a little bit. I was kind of getting bored with white. So between now and the next time I see you, we have 2 games. So I should be able to get, give or take, 200 stitches in here. Yeah, so hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit more progress next time. I'm really enjoying seeing progress in that though. Okay, next one I worked on, this was for the, yeah, I wrote that one down. Oh, I missed one. Sorry, I need to put that on my list. This one was for the football game, for the Gridiron Green Challenge, or Gridiron Green. Is it green? Yeah, Gridiron Green. The football challenge. This one got 330 stitches because the Broncos need to give their fans a heart attack. I was really bummed because the game was going along. We had 8 points, and I'm like, really? I brought this out, or no, we had. Did we have 8 points? Or maybe it was only. No, it was 8 points because we got a touchdown and then a 2-point conversion. I can't remember. Anyway, everything happened in the game in the 4th quarter, which was crazy. But I ended up getting 330 stitches in it, and I was super happy because he has a head now. And yes, I still have my thread on. So I was able to completely finish his head. He's so pretty and so handsome. And then I picked up, so one of the colors that was in here, I think it was actually 920, to finish off part of his comb and everything in his head. I ended up bringing the rest of it over and working a smidge in his tail. Same with the white. I finished up a little bit of white here and here, and then brought that over and worked that in. And then this blue, that's 3768, I had finished him up, and so I was going to start working, basically filling this part in. And that's when I got my stitches in. So that's why my thread is parked like it is. I'm so happy with him. I love him so much. And I have the hen that goes with this too. And I told Preston, I said, as soon as he's done, I'm going to get her started. So I can have the pair. I think I mentioned this in my last video, or in my whip video too, but I think it would be cool to have a chicken wall, because I love chickens. I raised chickens, grew up with chickens. I have 2 little tiny cross-stitch chickens in my kitchen. Excuse me. And again, a hen and a rooster. They're 2 different ones. I think I got them, maybe Etsy, maybe Sis found them for me, maybe a magazine. I can't remember where I got them at. But it would be really cool to have a chicken wall. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, and then I didn't put very much into my jellies this week. I just wasn't feeling it. Here's my ornament. I need to do better. Yes, I do have a picture. So this is the Stitch Along with Hade for the Jelly World. And I had said, I told my family, I'm like, I'm not going to do the Stitch Along next year. I'm, going to be good. And they did like a partial release of what they're going to have for patterns. You can just see, bits and pieces of it. Yeah, they have an owl. We all know me and owls. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I might be doing another sow. I might not put a deadline on it like I did this one, but we'll see. Anyway, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It fits. Barely fits. So that's where I am. I worked, what little bit I worked on it, which wasn't much, but I essentially worked here. I think I worked, I don't know, 4 or 5 colors right in here. Filled this in, brought this down. I'm trying to get page 6 finished, so I have my 6 pages to get on my free patterns. I have decided, I saw on the Haid page, it was either this weekend or this week, I can't remember, but somebody had finished the Stephanie, what is it, Stephanie Pula or La Poo, I can't remember how to say her name. Anyway, it's the one with the woman and the blue flowers. I want to make that one. That one is, that's enough of an incentive to get my 6 pages done so I can get her and make her, because she's gorgeous. Okay, last one that I touched this week, I actually worked on this one yesterday. This is my seahorse that I'm making for Morgan, and I got busy and I did some counting, and I'm like, I could finish this in time for Christmas. This is out of the World of Cross Stitch magazine, and it's issue number, well, it's got a 59 on it, but that doesn't seem right. Luna, do you want to say hi to the peoples? You haven't made an appearance in a long time. Can you say hi to the peoples, Mr. Luna? He's like, no, I don't like the paparazzi. Yes, you can say hi to them. Yes, you can. Oh, you're such a pretty boy. My husband says that he's actually an orange cat, but they ran out of toner when they were printing him. So, because he is a-hole like an orange cat. I think he's super sweet, but he is kind of a jerk. He chews on my magnets, on my stitching. Doesn't go after the thread, he goes after the magnets. I know, I still have a lot to do. Yeah, you're fine. I'll let you out when I'm done. You went out before I started. Alright, so this is Ocean Beauty. And like I said, I looked at it, I did some counting, and I'm thinking this can be done in time for Christmas. So what I'm going to try to do, I was successful yesterday. I'm going to try to do at least 200 stitches in a strand of backstitch every day. That's my goal. There's over 24,000, the size is over 24,000. Obviously we know that's not how many stitches there are. I figure I'm about halfway done because I've got a lot of the seahorse done. So it is doable to be done by Christmas. So yesterday I did this little bit. Of course, this is that background that's going to have all the beadwork and whatnot off of it. And then I filled in, let's see, I filled in part of this up here. And then what was the other color I picked up? I guess it was this. So this was $155 and this one was $9.96. And then I picked up the Kranic and I did all this back stitch over to where I stopped and filled in this little bit, and then I came down and I did the outline of the body. So when I picked this up today, I think I took this in and had the pattern blown up before I had my surgery so I could see better. So I have this half, and I think I'm going to go ahead and work on finishing that up. I know that it's already going to have that line there in the pattern, but I'm hoping that this one won't be quite as bad since I don't have that harsh line down here. And then yeah, except finish this over here and then do some more back stitch. So that's where I got to. I was also thinking about doing this background, doing a strand of it and incorporating that in too. So then when I'm ready to do the beads, it's just done and done. Because I'll probably save them for last because I do stitch in a hoop. We'll see. And I probably will just use clear filament. I call it fish and twine. And then that way there's no, you can't see it like you can in the picture. All right, my stitches so far for the month, as of last night, I am at 4,865. For the year, I am at 109,121 stitches, and compared to last year, I am about 5,600 stitches more. So I don't feel like I am, but obviously numbers are numbers. So for the stitching moving forward for plans, I'll continue next Sunday. We play the Cowboys. So when I come back to you, I should have stitching in the Mandala Rooster. And like I mentioned, I will have 2 basketball games until I come back to you. There'll actually be 3 games, but I won't get the stitching done. Well, actually, they play on the 27th. So yeah, there is only 2 games. I'll have 2 games of stitching on my Wave Star. So I will get that done. And then I will finish my Halloween bird, which I said, Seahorse, stay the course, Jelly World, stay the course. And then for my fall plans, as I explained at the first of the video, I had 3 projects left. I have Autumn Art Nouveau, I have my Pretty Pumpkins, and I have my Scary Witches. So, that being said, my Autumn Art Nouveau was spun today, so I'll work on it for the next 4 days. And that is this piece right here. And it is out of a Cross Stitcher magazine. And, oh, I always grab the wrong one. Morgan dyed us each, because we're both making these. She dyed 2 big chunks of blue, and then we cut it into 4. So the fabric is technically all the same for each one of ours, but it, I can never remember which direction this goes. I think it goes like this. By cutting it into 4, though, it's a little bit different. So this is where I'm at right now. I can't remember if that's upside down or not. No, I think it's right. Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. Actually, you know what? It is upside down. That grape goes that way. It goes like this. And I'm trying to sew my colors in, especially these lighter colors. I try to sew them in first before I do the black for the stained glass look, so it doesn't have the fuzzy on it. So I know this one won't get done before I come back to see you again, but it would be nice if I could make a dent on it. I have these in that list, which I'm going to show you now. So I went through all my projects and I took out the 27 that 2 weeks tops, these could be done, including my basketball and football stuff, including my Jelly World, including working on Morgan's Seahorse. I have 27 projects that can be done. And what spearheaded this was, you know, Preston and I talked about what I want to do for next year, because I want to start 26 and 26, as in 26 samplers. We all know most samplers are fairly decent sized. And he said, you know, it's going to be like 140 whips. Why would you want that many? And I said, okay. So between now and January 1st, make it a goal to finish, and I made a list of 27 projects to get as close to January 1st as possible. So that being said, when I'm getting ready to start a new project, I'm not finishing 26 with, again, 100 and, or would it be 109 and 26 would be 135? With 135 whips. I'm finishing 26 with no more than 109 and possibly even less depending upon, what else I get done. That doesn't count finishing Dalton's Wave next year. That doesn't count the Rooster that I'll be able to finish next year. Obviously, it doesn't count the Jelly. So, there's a lot of others that will figure into bringing these numbers down. But if I can go into 26 with considerably less than what I have, which again, just Nike it, just do it, I can have it done. And there's no reason why these aren't done. That's the stupid thing, is that, especially going through my whip parade, it's like, why? This one, again, a week and a half, it could be done. Dalton's Wave, the Halloween bird, those are literally like 2 or 3 night stitches. And I have the Christmas bird on here too. So anyway, I will spin, as soon as I'm done with the Halloween bird, I made a wheel, and I think I gave myself the hiccups. I made myself a wheel, and as soon as I'm done with the Halloween bird today, I will spin my wheel. Whatever it spins, I'm going to get that out, and I'm going to work on it until it's done, and then so on and so forth. Some of them, like I said, there's a couple of them on here that I'm thinking 2 weeks, and there's a couple of them on here, actually there's more than a couple, there's quite a few, less than a week, and that's just 100, 150, 200 stitches a day on, and they can be done. There's not a reason why, I just haven't done it. So I wanted to hold myself accountable. Then I went through, and I was like, okay, what can I get done for Christmas? Excuse me. Allergies. What projects could I see done in time for Christmas for my family? I have, obviously, the Seahorse, which, again, is very doable. I have A Good Marriage, which is Lizzie Kate. That one's a little bit more in depth, but I'm thinking treat it just like I am the Seahorse, 100 stitches a day, 150 a day, boom, done. The time that I sit here at the table after I get done doing my Pilates and my stretching and whatnot, waiting for daylight and waiting for it to warm up before the girls and I go stitching, there's more than enough time to get, oh goodness, Lynette, are you okay? Oh, what scared you? There's no reason why I couldn't get a strand of thread into it and not get tired of it, but still make a dent to have it done in time for Christmas. The other one that I put on the list for Dalton is my Star Wars dogfight. That's the one with the, I can't ever remember what they are, but they're the 2 fighters, I guess they are, with the really goofy sky behind them. Dalton likes that one better than he does. Please don't mess with the tablet, turd bucket. Those are the 2 that I have that one and the Imperial Shuttle, sorry, lost my train of thought, are the 2 Star Wars ones, and he likes the dogfight one better, the 2 battling it out. I think that one has, I want to say 9,000, because it was actually a contender to go into the basketball games as opposed to the Wave Star. So I don't know if I can get that one done in time for Christmas, because like I said, that's 9,000 stitches on top of everything else that I'm trying to squeeze in. But I have the Eagle in here, so if the Eagle comes up in one of the spins, I could get that one done in time for Christmas. Or I might just say, No, I'm going to not spend this time when I finish one, that it'll be a little bit. No, not going to spin. I'm just going to take the eagle, and that's going to be my focus until it's done, and then finish it for him for Christmas. We'll see. I'm still on the fence on that one. All of the projects that I have going for Dalton are bigger projects. They're not going to get finished in a small amount of time because I finished all the small ones. So yeah. Anyway, those are my plans moving forward, and I'm hoping I should be able to come to you next Monday like I wanted to this week. We're supposed to get some snow, it sounds like, next week, so Preston's shift will change, but he's not on nights this year. He's on day shift, so he works 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it won't be, my videos shouldn't be in an upheaval like they were the last few years because of the weather. So I'm really hoping I can get back on track. Morgan says hi. She is still hoping to get a video done. She's got a lot going on this week. She ended up coming down with a kind of a nasty cold last week, and she just wasn't feeling 100%. So she's hoping this week to get it done. Send good juju for her. She's feeling a lot better. She's doing good. She just, how that crap lasts in your head forever. So, all right, guys, I'm a half an hour in. I'm starting to ramble now that the washing machine's done. My video's done. Yay! Snoopy says that it's time to quit talking to whoever I'm talking to and let her and her sister out. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a fabulous day. Stay warm or stay cool wherever you are at. And thank you for all of the views and the comments and the welcome backs. I appreciate it. I still have not had a chance to find the magazines that the hair is in, the Moonlit Hair. I have not forgot you, but I will get that done, and I will reply to your comment on my last video, or on the video that you questioned about, so you can have that information. I think that's it. I'm looking around. The only haul I had was that button, so that's not too exciting. Other than that, I think we're good. So have a fabulous day, and I will see you next week. Bye.